Such a rich recent history to this fixture, which will be overseen today with a Limerick brogue. Ireland's Owen Cross continuing his rise through the officiating ranks with another major appointment today. It has just gone 1 o'clock in the morning in Fiji, but you can bet all across the archipelago the television sets will be blaring, the lights in the homes will be blazing, and the villages from island to island will be bustling as their heroes ascend the stage.
There's going to be a countdown here.
We're in Cardiff, yes, but Cardiff with a Fijian flavour for 1 week only, as Dan Edwards, with a swing of the right boot, gets us going. And the first touch for Randrandra, and Wainingolo, the top try scorer in French rugby this season. Look at Fiji from the kickoff. Ikaniveri has held it, but the flag is raised. If you want an example of what Fijian rugby is all about, of what they have come here to do, Philippa Totti, that was it.
Yeah, exactly right. Two teams with conversing styles of play. Fiji, as we know, they will play with flair. They will play from anywhere. I love that about them. They look for space, they put the ball there, and they back themselves every time. A brilliant fixture to start this campaign for these two teams in the Nations Championship.
First line up for the fit again, Dewi Lake, and it's not gone to plan. Picked off by Nasila Sila. Tanakai Batho with the carry through the middle. Wainingolo off his wing, finding Ravo Taumanda. Try scored at Twickenham a few years back when Fiji beat England in England for the first time ever. Armstrong Rabula. Some issues with Caleb Muntz's passport. He arrived late in camp from France, so the younger man wearing 10 today. Massive opportunity for him as Wainingolo gets rid of Wainwright. Murray brings him down. Fiji playing with real vigour. Sowakula bashing into Morgan.
Okay, he's put there,
Slower for Lomani. Mainabanua. Tuisova. The bus flings it out the back to Thanakai Vata. Even going backwards, 3 Welshmen required to stop him. Randrandra having a nibble. Roni Maui, the dump truck from Saracens. The dump truck has spilled the payload. And Wales see space in the backfield. Thomas Williams chasing back Ravo Taumanda. Eddie James showing some interest here. He's lassoed Ravo Taumanda. Armstrong Rabula is there.
Ball's out.
Fiji have got numbers off to the left. Rayasi's too quick for Morgan. Lovely ball over the top. Salawa inside looking for Wainingolo. Tuisova picks it up. Options either side. Lomani. One more pass might do it. Beautiful. Brilliant. Bamboozling. The Fijians have come to the party. They've come to play. And Cardiff is their canvas as they weave their wonderful patterns all over it. Pitagas Somakula brings the flying Fijians faithful to their feet.
This is just one of the many reasons why I love Fiji, because they remind you of how simple rugby can be. Pass, follow, support the play. And the one thing you'll notice throughout this game, it does not matter what number is on their jersey. Every player can step, every player can pass, every player can follow up. That's a big wake-up call for Wales. Defence was an issue in the Six Nations this year. They've got to sharpen up their tackles. It's not just one thing making a tackle against a Fiji player. You've got to tackle them to the ground with the ball. Do not let them get that offload away.
Fiji 7, Wales 0. And aside from a wayward line-out and a clearance kick, Wales haven't touched the pill yet.
And you know what? It was the right decision by Thomas Williams to make that kick. Because Fiji are so preoccupied with attack, they will send the whole team up high, which quite often means there is space in that backfield. But if you kick there, it's got to go off. You don't want to put it in for a foot race, which is what we saw then.
Timo's happy with everything.
It's no good eye for Steve Tandy here. He's been forced to bring Alex Mann, his top tackler from the Six Nations, off for a head injury assessment. That's why James Botham in the red headgear is with us. Kicking to Semi Randrandra again. There are easier people to kick a rugby ball to. He's sent off in that famous win for Fiji, their first in Wales, Principality 2 Novembers back. Not much distance on that from Romani. Lining goalers kept it alive. Fiji knock it on this time. First chance for Wales to land some attacking punches.
Advantage over.
Edwards back to Sparky Blair Murray. Hawkins to James, to Adams, and the pass has gone forwards.
Clear forward.
Good ambition there shown from Wales. Trying to get it into those wide channels early. Fortunately, it was just that last pass. Just a bit of timing there. Josh Adams could have just held his space a little bit more. Could see the pressure that Eddie James was coming under. It was probably going to be what we call a man-on-ball pass, so you're going to get hit whilst you're making that pass. So as a support player, you just want to give a little bit of space between you to allow for a pass that's probably not going to be the best quality.
Wales are forced to attempt over 200 tackles a game in the Six Nations, missing 26 per match in 2026. Conceding a competition high of 13 offloads. You miss 26 tackles, you concede 13 offloads against this Fijian team.
With good stability, we just need to take some weight off. We're pre-engaged. You want a small bit more space? Okay, let's take the space. No problem. So just go left.
Wales had a warm-up game coming into this where they played against the Barbarians, and again, unfortunately, you did see those weaknesses in defence. And it's more the one-on-one tackles. It's not so much the structure. They look organised at times, but it's just those one-on-one hits. It's got to be a big focus for today.
Bind! Set!
Steady platform for Fiji. Armstrong Ravula finding Tuisova, who's just splintering this Welsh midfield. An enormous specimen. Randrandra, vicious step, backdoor offload. Armstrong Ravula, a little bit wild that time. All backwards though, until it's not. Lost forwards on the deck, and Edwards is going to beat Thanakai Vata for pace. Romani's back to recover and get Fiji out of trouble. High risk, high rewards. That's the game plan.
Dan Edwards just showing the wheels he has got. Yeah, like you say, high risk, high rewards. But that's how Fiji play. They always want to keep that ball alive.
Big theme recently for Wales has been building the care and the connections in the environment, using the geographical proximity of the regions to their advantage, getting round with the coaching staff, visiting players. It's those little off-field connections that are so important in the throes of battle. First time Wales have had the ball inside the Fijian 22. Thomas Williams down the blind side to Rhys Samit. Armstrong Ravula marches him back, dumps him on his back. The door barred emphatically on Wales' greatest talent.
Yeah, that's you. Just on your front, man.
You kind of feel for him there. There's not much he can do. I mean, he has got magic feet. He's a strong player, but he literally had 1.5 meters to play with then. If you want to get the best out of him, you've got to get him into a little bit more space than that.
Outside shoulder.
Crooked throw from Tabitha Canaveri. Wales can come again.
Scrummer line out. Scrum, sorry. Not straight, lads. Outside shoulder with a contest.
Coach Rusi Serovakula applied to be the head coach of his country 4 times. He was rejected on all 4 occasions. The stakes as high for him as for any of his players. He's been charged by the Fiji Rugby Board of winning 2 of these next 3 games. Wales, England, Scotland in the coming weekends. To give himself the best possible chance of holding his dream job for longer. And he wants to showcase the quality of his coaching to the board and to the people back home.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Stay!
Wales have the nudge on at scrum time. And that, Philippa, looks like the first area so far where Wales could have an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. It's certainly an area they're going to target, although you have to say Fiji up old, maybe that was an area you target, the scrum, the line out, the sort of set piece, but actually they've shown real improvements there. However, Wales have to feel that they're going to be the more dominant in this situation, albeit without a couple of their strong props from the Six Nations. It's a real opportunity for Dylan Lewis. He's been a little bit out in the wilderness, number 3. But he's got his opportunity. And the likes there, Reece Carey on your screen. Well renowned for his work in the loose, how he carries the ball, how he moves. That wondrous try he scored against Ireland in the Six Nations. But he's got a point to prove about his ability in the scrum.
Wales used the driving line out to great effect towards the end of the Six Nations. Danny Wilson, their line-out coach, has been drilling this and drilling it again in the lead-up to this match. In come a bevy of Welsh backs. Owen Cross has a look.
Okay, up again. Step away, please. Lads, whistle's gone. We'll check it. Okay, we'll check. Yeah. No. The ball's in goal first. Okay. I've got the ball grounded on the floor. I just want to confirm it's not held up beforehand. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, Leo, we're coming up to you.
I'm going to go to Leo Colgan at TMO for the first time.
Yeah, let's go back to the start here. On-field decision is try as I have the ball grounded, just to make sure it was grounded legally.
Okay, stand by, Crossy.
So Holly Davison, the assistant referee, identified a penalty advantage against Fiji in any case. Adam Beard, who's Wales' maul expert, asking a question about a penalty try. You need to see conclusive evidence that this hasn't been scored, Philip, but to overturn Owen Cross's decision on the pitch.
Yeah.
This might be our best angle.
Just try, yeah.
That's the best angle, Crossy.
Okay, Leo, so come back to me, I have a decision. There's no clear footage there to overturn our on-field decision, so we stay with the try.
Agree.
Thank you.
The try will stand. Wales hit back.
Yeah, it's absolutely like you said, the on-field decision was try, so the TMO comes in. He needed to show something conclusive, clear and obvious that that ball wasn't grounded, because we couldn't see it, meant that actually the on-field decision counts, so it is a try.
Dan Edwards really has made that iconic red number 10 shirt his own in recent months, kicking it over 90% success rate for Wales in 2026. Not this time though, it's a dunt for his stats. 7 points to 5 it remains.
I think that's what they call commentators.
Sorry, Dan.
But yeah, absolutely, I think the jersey is his now. I think there's great competition from Sam Costello still. But I do think Dan Edwards now just needs to be given some time to really find his feet in that jersey. Performed really well against the Barbarians last week, scored 2 tries. He's great in attack, solid in defence, he just needs time.
Aaron Wainwright, one of the stars of Wales' Six Nations campaign. He'll be a Leicester Tiger next season, even across the border from the Dragons. Thomas Williams, who's moving from Gloucester to Saracens, goes long. Rayasi. Armstrong, Ravula with him. Jack Morgan's going to try and pilfer that. Doesn't quite do enough. Romani sends it skywards again. It's a bit of a lob wedge, not much distance on it. Randrandra slapping it back. Morgan is there to pick up the pieces. Williams. Carter. Industrious lock from the Dragons. Reece Carey. Edwards out the back. He got belted by Sowakula. Dewi Lake this time. Just his second match since November. Edwards. Wales building some momentum here. 3-on-2 on the outside. Wainwright. Manavanua gets to him. Fiji win the penalty. Super bit of juggling from the boss himself, Joshua Tuisova.
Holding it.
I think it was the right call there for Aaron Wainwright to try and have a go. We could see that Fiji was sort of crabbing across the field, which means their hips are all turned towards the sideline. So he cut a back against that, got some initial good meters. Just unfortunately, the support play wasn't there quick enough. But fantastic. I don't want to take anything away from Fiji and the work on the floor here. Look, the supporting player just coming in on the left-hand side there, timed that to perfection.
Hooker, step up, lads, open up, last one.
Philip, we're already seeing a contrast of how these teams attack. Fiji 7 offloads to Wales' 0, 6 clean breaks to Wales' 0. Less structure, more pizzazz.
One stop.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's something that Wales are going to have to turn around those stats if they've got any chance of winning this game.
Armstrong Rabula.
Wait here.
Crossfield up and under. Celeste Rayasi, the ex-basketballer, leaping with Murray, much taller than his opposite number. And then someone's taken it off the ball.
Number 15 off the ball, preventing Wales.
Yeah, I think it was Louis Samet there, just saying that he was being held on the ground.
It's these little areas of indiscipline that will frustrate Fiji. They had former World Cup final referee, World Rugby consultant Alain Roland in with them, working on their discipline this week. He gave a Laws presentation on Tuesday. And it's these niggly ones that Fiji have been keen to eradicate in particular.
Yeah, so you can just see the top corner of the screen there.
Numbers, lads. 5.
The Fiji player holding on to Louis Samet. I would say Louis Samet made quite a bit of a...
It's the second time.
Show of it, but still.
I need you to come in at the front, please.
Letter of the law.
The gap is too big.
Shouldn't be being
Thank you.
Both them claims at the tail. Hawkins to Wainwright. The tip pass on the line. Morgan. Hawkins, that second playmaker. It's that axis again with Wainwright.
Turnover's good. First
Fiji have burgled it back again. Demo Mainavanua, fabulous work on the floor. And now they've got a slew of white off to the right-hand side. Rayasi running the arc. Now he'll give it to Tuisova. Over the top to Randrandra. Cat flap, Rabo Talmanda, ripping Wales asunder here. Off the deck to Lomani. How have they kept this alive? And Randrandra just lets it go. My goodness, we're in for a treat today.
So often when you're at rugby training and you throw the ball around too quickly, they call it don't pass a hot potato. Hold on to the ball, have a look and make sure you make your pass. Complete opposite from everything I think any Fiji player has ever been told. The passing, the speed and the awareness. They don't even have time to look at where players are. They just instinctively know. Players will be spread across the field. There will be in gaps.
Alex Mann has passed his head injury assessment, so Jim Botham retreats to the bench for now. Breakdown defence, something Wales are very wary about. They've identified that Fiji go after everything on the ground. It's happening again here, and they're going to be rewarded. Mainabanua's nicked another.
Holding again. Jack, their first man in position, holding from Wales.
It's a game plan that almost shouldn't work because Fiji will attack from anywhere, run from anywhere, and they will jackal anything. Jackling is really energy-sapping stuff, but they come away with the rewards, and what happens is, like, now they can have that little breather. So they've played with incredible intensity, they've bought themselves that jacket, and they just buy themselves a couple of seconds. Below on your graphic there, you can see handling errors. 5 to Fiji, only 1 to Wales, but that doesn't matter. Like we said, with Fiji, high risk, high reward. They do not mind if that ball goes to ground because they will manage to keep it in play and keep it alive.
It's an overthrow from Canterbury, but Roni Maui picks it up and he frees his hands well for Tuisova, who's bustling and wounding Welshman. Nasila Sila, Fijian Drua's most capped player.
Stay there, good.
Mainavanua calling for it. His muscular frame brings Fiji another metre closer. Armstrong Ravula, Rayasi lurking out the back. Languid, effortless, graceful style. Another brilliant pass to Rabo Talmanda. Your jaw hits the floor almost every time Fiji throw these offloads. Nasila Sila, have a seat, Alex Mann. Don't care how many tackles you've made. Fiji borrowing again. Pirigas Sowakula in there. Ikanevere too. Real brutality in this stuff. Sobakula, Rayasi through the legs, Tui Soba, Rabotamanda! Fiji plucking rabbits from hats again. The laws of physics don't apply when you're Fijian.
check, coming up to you.
Okay, Crossy.
On-field decision is Troy. Just check that the player wasn't in touch before grounding.
Okay, stand by, Crossy.
So we're coming back for penalty advantage for 7 offside, 5 offside.
That's incredible Superman touch. Wow.
Has he held that ball? Is there a clear press from Rabotamanda?
This is tight. Crossy, just stand by, please.
Yeah, okay, take it.
Yeah, so initially they'll be looking for, is there separation? So can we see daylight between obviously hand and ball? But even if the ball sort of moves down the hand, as long as there's no separation and there is a press, the try will stand. So look for that. Oh, now, is that
Crossy.
fingertip still in contact?
Number 14, White loses possession of the ball. There's clear separation, so it's a knock on and then go.
Okay, thank you. So come back to me, Leo, we have a decision.
Back on you, Crossy.
Okay, so the Fiji players lost possession of the ball and there is clear separation before the grounding, so we change our on-field decision to no try and we come back for the penalty for offside.
Well, there was an offside against Jack Morgan in the lead up to that play.
Mark here, Matt.
Fiji denied what would have been another
Offside
banger. But you get the sense there's more to come. The style of rugby that coach Senirusi Seruvakula is instructing.
What's our decision, Captain?
He's called Kai Viti
Decision?
in Fiji, and it literally translates to from Fiji. It's about embracing their DNA,
tap the ball.
showing the world who they are, and expressing themselves through their rugby. Eroni Maui dips the shoulders.
Onside now, onside.
Wales sandbagging the try line. Fiji keeping it tight.
Short.
Challenge from Adam Beards.
Short again.
Fiji borrow again. Kaniveri. Suspicions of a knock-on from Wales. Here they come again, Fiji.
Onside Wales.
Honeypotting around the ball. If they move it, there's a chance to the left. Tim Hoyt thinks he's scored it. Matthew Carley, the assistant referee, says he's dropped it.
In the field of play.
And that's a huge win for Wales defensively.
You can see, can't you, all the Welsh players patting one another on the back.
Are you the captain?
That is a huge moment for them to be able to hold Fiji out like that. There would have been a huge emphasis on their defence coming into this game. So moments like that, they've got to take, they've got to harness.
Yes, sir.
But now it's really important that they get an exit from here. They need to relieve some pressure.
We don't rest by the screen. Let's just keep working with the screens.
Tim Hoyt, the tight head prop, raised at England's East Midlands. Just won the English Championship for Woosh the Warriors. He'll be a Lyon player in France next season. And his eyes lit up at the prospect of a first test try. White line fever, as it's known. Oh, Wales would love a scrum penalty here from Rhys Carey and company. But they go instead to the left boot of Blair Murray. It's an excellent pressure relieving kick. Get the protractor out, because the angles he's worked with there are so acute, so impressive.
Yeah, and you know what? He's going to want to show the coaches how important that left boot is, because he shot into stardom after his first cap, and he was the starting 15 for Wales for some time. But then this Six Nations, it's all been Louis Rees-Zammit, but then Murray's barely got a look in, so he's really going to want to take his opportunities today.
Tui Soba has just ironed out the great Jack Morgan, steamrolling him onto his back. Here's Rabotamanda through Thomas Williams. Wales players are going to resemble the contents of an old fruit bowl tomorrow, beaten black and blue by the ferocity of these collisions. Ikaniberi, Morgan again with his head in the spokes. Here's Piragas Sawakula over the top to Whining Golo. Murray stops him well. Tui Soba into Sawakula through the legs. Randrandra has it. Armstrong Ravula has it. Temo Vanua. This is mesmeric stuff again from Fiji. They refuse to let the ball die. Breakdowns are their enemy right now. Whining Golo goes on his own.
Tackle.
Armstrong Ravula, Raul Talmanda hugging the touchline beneath us. Salawa, Reece Carey makes the tackle. The offloads are flying again. Raul Talmanda through 3 Welsh tackles. Nasila Sila goes. And Fiji off their feet. Just a little too eager.
You've got to have that urgency to get to that ruck, but you've got to be in control of your body weight. So the whole off-feet thing is getting in over the player to try and secure the ball, but you've got to be on your feet. If you just flop on the player, that's deemed off your feet. It's reckless play.
I was hearing something there.
There you go, you see the player there, not in control, not on his feet, just dived into the area, and that could be dangerous because Aaron Wainwright there wearing number 8, he's obviously in a very low position, so you've got to be aware of heads as well in that situation.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough, it's not one of us. Okay, no problem.
Well, those numbers tell the story, Philippa. Will Fiji rue these missed opportunities, though?
Well, yeah, exactly right. I mean, if Wales can get a foot into the game, get some territory, get their kicking game going, then they could hold Fiji out. However, I do think there's still more to come from this Fiji team, but 12 missed tackles from Wales was just highlighted in the stats. Bearing in mind, there's only been 20 minutes played. That's pretty high.
Good there. Yes. Okay.
Each of the 5 Wales hookers involved in the build-up to this camp meet with line-out coach Danny Wilson once a week at the Vale of Glamorgan Hotel. Go through a line-out throwing session. The return of Lake from that long injury layoff.
One stop.
Such a boost. He keeping the captaincy.
Use it.
Again, Morgan. Williams over the top of Ikanewere. Hawkins leading the charge. Rayasi knocks it backwards. Thomas Williams is first on the crumbs. Morgan, man, had to get that away quickly. Hawkins sees space behind Salesi Rayasi. He's not moving with great urgency just now. Here's Samet's breathing down his neck. Rayasi, effortless, deadly, running with a cigar in his hands and then throwing a pass that really ought to have gone to hand. With 4 Fijians alongside him, he knows that was a chance for Fiji to go the distance.
Sure.
Oh, Rayasi did so well, didn't he? Looked so casual on that turn. No pressure. You got Welsh players breathing down his neck. Look at that little stutter step, and he is off. But there's lazy passing, and then there's lazy passing. He is not going to want to see that back again. Real wasted opportunity.
I wonder how many flying Fijian players would make your Fantasy Rugby 15. You can join in the fun, scan the QR code on your screen now, pick your team, accrue the points, and compete to win the prizes.
Really good.
Who would be your number 1 pick? Who's the first name on your fantasy team?
Ruben Love, new All Blacks fly half. Had a fantastic game this morning, and he's going to be the mainstay. I think he'd be worth a lot of assists, running meters, offloads. I probably wouldn't be too expensive either.
You're so technical. I just choose my heart. Don't think about all the stats.
Not allowed to pick 15 Welsh players, though.
Hold up, reset. Quick reset. Fair. But I just have it up before I go forward. Stay down. Stay. Fair.
Peter Sowakula, one of the best stories in the Fijian team. Was a basketballer, represented Fiji in that sport. Ended up moving over to New Zealand, playing professionally there. Scholarship to Iowa. Progressed through the rugby ranks to win a few caps against Ireland for the All Blacks. Went over to France, Clermont and Perpignan. Re-qualified for his home country. And here he is again.
Advantage.
Wales, though, that's where they're going to have the dominance, in that scrummage. Edwards has got to be careful because there was a missile coming his way. a missile called Semirandrandra.
Stay up and across under pressure. It's going to stay down.
How brilliant for Dan Edwards to
please.
just ride that tackle. Look at that hit.
Make sure we stay nice and straight as well. Make sure we stay nice and straight as well.
Yeah, okay.
Not saying it happened there.
No, just me and my angle.
Just make feet all going forward. Here's your mark now, please, Tim.
This looks like Wales' greatest source of opportunities. Their scrum-winning penalties, putting the ball in the corner, using that weapon of a line-out drive to carry Fiji backwards, take some energy out of the Fijian legs.
Okay, here we go, open up. Fiji, mark here.
We're playing against the backdrop of a dispute with the union over match fees, which, distressingly for those involved, was only resolved 3 days before this match took place. The ongoing spectre of which region and how it will be cut later on in the year. Team Wales, it's all about building, all about scoring. Williams with Rhys Samet riding side saddle.
No, step.
Very late goes in. Rhys carry. Wales' biggest carrier.
You get back on side there.
It goes again. Eddie James working hard from the midfield. Wainwright popping it up. Dylan Lewis is there. Man. Oh, he's lost it. Lost it in the tackle. And Fiji can try and go from 95 metres. There's a horrible collision. Dan Edwards is taking some punishment. He's been hit with a baseball bat again. Randrandra's crunched him. Now his midfield partner Tuisova's got in on the act. After all that, Fijian scrum.
And that's frustrating. Yeah, Dan Edwards is going to take a knee for that one. Talk about playing on the gain line. I mean, he's absolutely fearless, isn't he? It was such great movement from Wales off that line out. The run around with Thomas Williams showing his pace. It was well defended initially by Fiji. There you go, see the loss of ball there. That was a great chop tackle from the Fijian player.
Leo, have you anything different there, no? Okay, perfect. Okay, water off, please. Scrum Fiji.
Fiji was 60% of the first half possession. Also winning the battle on the floor right now. A couple of jackal penalties and turnovers. This is going to test them though. Can they exit
I understand your point.
from their own 5 metres line?
The only message to do was foot
Against the
movement
tack
needs to be
has
straight
had the ascendancy thus far.
Yes, of course. Left my mark.
Do you think they'll kick it, Philippa?
You know what, I'm just looking to see how they're set up, and I'm not sure. The fly half doesn't look like he's in a position to kick. I would not be surprised if you see a bit of a run around, maybe a number 8 pick, and then set a platform.
Bind! Set!
Wales haven't got them going backwards this time, and they're going to use Tuisova to bring themselves away. Randra. Radul Talmanda on his outside. Well tackled by Eddie James. And Wales have the penalty. Josh Adams, the warrior on the wing.
So just to explain there, referee saying extra roll and holding. So when you go to the ground, you can move once to present the ball, but if you move again, that's deemed an extra roll. So you can't sort of play whilst you're on the ground. There's that extra roll. You see that one? It's very subtle, but that buys the Fijians time to secure the ball, and it doesn't give the chance for Wales to get in over it and get the ball. As it happens, the Welsh backs did fantastic, and even though there was that extra roll, they still managed to get in and over the ball.
Oh yeah, Dewey said it to me.
Semirandrandra and Tuisova, Fijian centres, both with 6 carries apiece. Cumulative total of around 40 metres. Joe Hawkins and Eddie James opposite them. Hawkins has carried it 3 times. Eddie James not once yet. Shows the flow of play. How much ball has gone through the Fijian midfield. But that's the danger, Philippa, when you're true to that DNA. and you want to run from everywhere. If you get caught, you can play yourself into trouble quite quickly.
Yeah, absolutely, and they normally are so good at supporting one another and reading the most unpredictable things that these Fiji players will do, and they can get in over it. But unfortunately on that case, yes, too slow, and it looks like Fiji are going to be losing one of their superstars.
This is how it happens. Randrandra's left leg just caught under him as he was brought down. Demaritas Kanaveti-Ravovo of the Bristol Bears. Heck of a replacement. He's strict and going through his paces. In case Randra can't continue. Fijian Brains Trust. Steve Tandy, who's building his way into this role. It's interesting to hear Jack Morgan talking this week about the difference in environment, Philippa. He was injured in the November series, didn't get to play as Ravovo does come on for Randra. He's seen a big change, a big uplift in the mood, the connection, the positivity around this Wales team.
Yeah, definitely lots of positivity coming out of the camp, and even actually in the camp, a lot has physically changed as well. There's been quite a development up at the Vale, which is the centre of excellence for the Welsh national teams. Simple things like they have rooms now where they actually have fields sketched on the floor, about 30 metres sort of in size, where Steve Tandy will walk players onto this and say, right, we're in our 22, what are we doing? Then he'll walk them further up. He's very much into players learning in different ways. Some like the whiteboard, some like the computer, some want to be on their feet.
That replacement, by the way, Ravovo for Randra. It's desperately sad to see any player, particularly a player of Semi Randrandra's calibre, forced off through injury. But Kanaveti-Ravovo, third top try scorer in England this season, a dozen of them in the Gallagher Prem. Nobody in the league ran for more metres. Only one player beat more tackles than his haul of 82. Men's back of the season, try of the season awards at Bristol's end of season due. And the very sad news for Semi Randra is that the buggy and the stretcher are going to be required to cart him away for some further medical treatment. What will Wales have made of this opening half hour or so, Philippa? You can see the way that Fiji are trying to play it. Wales built their way into the game sufficiently?
I don't know whether we say sufficiently, but they certainly are finding their way back in. Little, cracks that they're coming through. I don't think they would have been surprised. This is what you always expect playing against Fiji. Intensity, reactional play, so they'll attack from anywhere. They probably will score a couple of tries against you. What you need to do is make sure you score more. You frustrate them, you pin them back. I think we're slowly seeing little glimpses of that with some good defence initially on the try line. Now this turnover, stifling Fiji's play and using those kicks to get the line out and the driving maul into it.
Talking about potential replacements, Fiji have a long list of 50 players who were identified were part of the training camp before Senirusi Serabakula cut down the final 33-man squad for the 3 games. Virimi Vakatawa, you remember him, the former France centre, Fijian by birth and by patronage, missed out to Semi Randra in a very close selection call, and I wonder if Vakatawa, who's been playing for the Fijian Drua back home this season, will receive a message early in the morning Fiji time to get himself on a plane to the UK. So the Cardiff City Stadium rises to salute one of the finest players of our time. Semi Randra goes out on his shield. And after that long delay, his teammates have to refocus and shore up their defence again.
Work the try. On the line.
Fiji have made 5 times as many running metres as Wales in this match. Wales again are lining up for a drive. You can see Eddie James in there, Hawkins waiting too. the extra muscle and body weight in there. Adams comes in to help. It's rinse and repeat as the red juggernaut trundles over. That's what they've planned. Those are the chinks in the Fijian armour they've identified. It's another for Wales and another for Jack Morgan.
And you know what, for fans watching at home, yes, it might not be quite as exciting as the try that we've seen from Fiji. However, you've got to play this controlled type of rugby against Fiji. You play this initially, you get the scoreboard ticking over, and in the second half, that's when we might see Wales start opening it up and throwing the ball around. But right now, they've identified an area where they feel they have the ascendancy. They've got to fully utilise that.
Edwards having a rare off day in a Welsh shirt with the boots. 0 from 2, 10-7 it remains.
Right again. Thank you.
Really well organised from a Welsh perspective, kind of telegraphed really. You could see how many players were around it. The centres were in there. You knew this ball wasn't coming out. It was going forward. If anything, Fiji were a little bit slow to react for number to number.
Ramo Talmanda slapping it back on the Fijian side, and Hoyt goes down to grovel for the ball. Sovakula, Ikaneveri, Armstrong, Ravula, Salawa. A little bit ambitious that time, but Armstrong, Ravula is first to react. Rayasi to Tuisova, wanted to release Tupa Wainingolo. 18 tries in 20 matches for Lyon this season, the winger. Ronnie Maui. Going back from whence it came. Kanewere, Rayasi, important tackle from James, but Ravovo to Ikaneveri, to Salawa. The continuity breathtaking. Fiji flying into the breakdown again. Kanewere lost it, it's all backwards. Wainwright though is hacking it through. Former footballer, but there's a knock-on from Wales. Holly Davidson, the assistant referee, came in to alert Owen Cross. Wainwright was hunted down by Wainingolo, and before a three-a-side game breaks out in the Fijian 22, Owen Cross has to empty his lungs into his whistle.
Aaron Wainwright is going to be livid he had to run that far before he found out the whistle had gone.
Lovely touch on the boot from Aaron Wainwright. He was in the Cardiff City Football Academy. Cardiff City, who play their matches here at this very stadium. The second tier of English football. But Holly Davison there, an accomplished assistant referee from Scotland,
No, I didn't see it.
had identified a brush of Welsh fingertips on that ball.
Thanks.
Well, it happened very quickly, didn't it?
No, I did not. Crouch! Point! Set!
So what a platform again for Fiji. Vanakai Vata with the Fijian goose step. He's turned Dan Edwards into a piece of roadkill.
Backwards.
Ball is loose. Maina Vanua goes down on it.
Wait, no, don't play. It's backwards.
Sowakula.
No, 6! Good.
Romani. Ravovo. First thought from these Fijian players is always to find a teammate, to free an arm and offload. Through the hands of Maui to Ikanewere.
Straight away.
Maina Vanua. Armstrong Ravula. Ravo Talmanda off his wing. That Pete Murchie drilled Wales defence, standing its ground.
Go, Manny, go! Ice, Story!
Armstrong Ravula zipping it to Ikanewere. Fiji going backwards just now. Jack Morgan on the ball. Jack Morgan winning the turnover penalty. That's more like it from Wales. Fiji neutered.
Have penalty advantage for
and now Wales playing some unstructured rugby of their own. And apologies if you heard the foul language, but you can see what that means to Wales. They have stemmed that Fijian tide. And little wonder they're so excited about it.
I think any defensive sets that lead to a turnover, especially when it's in Wales's half, they're going to be celebrated like that, because we know how deadly Fiji are and how ruthless they normally are at scoring. So if you can negate that with good defence, you've got to celebrate it. That's going to energise them into their attacking sets.
Yeah. Okay, time off.
Jack Morgan there, absolutely brilliant. Part of the tackle, but then he let go, showed his arms, lifted his arms to the referee, which means he's now not in that tackle, which means he can go back in on the ball. If he stayed in contact with the player, he wouldn't have been able to have taken the ball.
The penalty count growing against Fiji. So is the injury rate. Tim Hoyt is down injured, out of shot, and they're sending for the veteran, 36-year-old Benny Ravai.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Played all over the world.
Time off.
7s as well as 15s. He's a sprightly specimen, is Big Benny Ravai.
Cheers.
Made his debut in 2013, and he is still trucking 13 years on. There he is, back home at the Fijian Drua. Second season's been a really effective option off the bench for them throughout Super Rugby Pacific. He's played in France with Clermont, Bordeaux-Bègles, Aurillac, the Queensland Reds of Australia, and now he's here in Cardiff. It's been a staccato last 10 minutes or so for Liver because of those two sad and apparently serious injuries to Radradra and Hoyt. As a player, particularly as a Fijian player, having seen your momentum stalled, your attack, as good as it is, come unstuck 2 or 3 times, how do you refocus and go again before half-time?
You know what, and I mean this in the most sort of complimentary way in regards to Fiji, they don't feel too much about momentum. They are such hit it and go players. I think it's a lot to do with their sevens background. You've got 7 minutes to play, you just go, go, go. So they don't rely on territory. They don't, feel they have to play a certain amount of rugby in a certain area to earn the right to score. They know they can score from anywhere. I think what will affect them more are the individual players being injured. You talk about these players are so well connected. They literally do call one another brothers. They are family. So I would almost say that losing players to injury will cause more effect to their gameplay than the sort of momentum of the gameplay itself, if that makes sense.
Well, the Fijians who so entertained us pre-match are still in full song in the stands here in Cardiff. A fabulous display of Fijian culture all around the footprint of the ground today. We've had the Bura huts erected. They had a full 10-minute extravaganza on the pitch with singing and dancing and drums and music. Sadly, they've lost the second starter inside 35 minutes. Hoyt off with the aid of that stretcher again. And Benny Ravai on. They've been talking a lot about the set piece back in Fiji. They had Gloucester boss George Skivington over on the islands delivering a coaching workshop for 3 days last month. Coaches at all levels of Fijian rugby picking up his pearls of wisdom around things like this. Mauling, line-out defence.
Use it!
Well, lots of good to play here. Fiji have cocooned it.
Can you check his for which, sorry? He's through the seam is what we have on the pitch, okay? The call I have is that he's broken the seam, so he's allowed to change. Yes, sir, sorry. Yeah. Scrums have been good so far.
If you've not followed the build-up to these matches and you're wondering why Fiji are playing home games in Cardiff, Liverpool and Edinburgh, it's because they don't have a national stadium big enough to satisfy the 25,000-seater regulation for this tournament. The hope is that the money garnered from these matches that Fiji Rugby will earn as the host nation will go some of the way to bridging the gap, to building their own ground, to hosting games in 2030. Tuisova, Lomani, Long pass to Rayasi. Through 2 tackles, offloads to Armstrong Ravula. Ravo Talmanda running the arc. Wainingolo against James. Beating 2, 3, 4 Welshmen. Swaggering all across Cardiff. Didn't give the pass to Thanakaivata. Does now to Sowakula. They're queuing up here, Fiji. Armstrong Ravula gets caught. Lomani to Rayasi. He sees a gap open up. Goes thundering through it. Lomani, Thanakaivata, Sowakula, dropped it. Knocked on again in the 22 by Fiji. And Wales, through Eddie James, take the smart option and ask Fiji to go again from 60. Armstrong Ravula through the dummy. Be careful not to get isolated. No. Rabovo's calling for this. Here he goes. What magic can he conjure?
Tackle! Hands away!
Breakdown is a ferocious contest today. Wales through Jack Morgan and company, feeling their way into it, slowing down Fijian ball. Armstrong Ravula, slicey up and under. Salawa and Tuisova waiting. Tuisova took it unchallenged. Lomani digs it out. Rayasi to Armstrong Ravula. Oh, Rabovo took his eye off it. Wales advantage. They'll need the scrum. Things breaking down for Fiji.
It's hit a Wales player in the meantime. I think it's come off a Wales player before going there, so we'll just stick with the scrum. I think your head and shoulders can be in a better position also. So you stay up and I can watch what he does as well.
The last 2 scrums Wales have had.
Better height on that last one, agree?
In this area of the pitch, they've won the penalty, they've kicked to the corner,
so
they've scored the try. Dylan Lewis back in the Wales team after a 2-year absence. Done his time at Harlequins, back with the Dragons in Newport. Six Nations 2024, the most recent of his 57 caps. Kari going hard into Penny Ravai. Again, the Fiji scrum is crumbled. This is the blueprint for Wales.
Big moment now for Wales. 2 minutes before half-time. Kick to the corner. See what sort of dominance they can show here.
We got to stay straight.
A score just before half-time would be huge for Wales.
I understand you can be frustrated, but just don't shout in my face. It's the whole front we're shifting, not just you. Let's go, Wales. 5.
Scrum shearing off as Fiji walk round under the pressure. Jack Morgan with 2 tries under his belt already, each the product of a rolling, surging maul. He'll be eyeing a hat-trick.
2 out, 2 away!
Kanaweri ordered out of the maul. Williams is going to play. Hawkins melted. Wainingolo got him. Thomas Williams is in trouble, and Fiji have bullied them off the ball. And there's a lot of white jerseys off to the right. Wainingolo swaggering away. Adams got the touch. Ravo Talmanda keeps playing. Ravovo, Rayasi against Reece Zammit, who's too quick. Rayasi still going into the 22. Edwards holds him up. Wales lock onto the ball. Fiji have gone 80 metres before you blinked an eyelid. Lomani, Nasilasila. Armstrong Ravula reloading to the right. Ikaniberi to his fly half. Penalty advantage Fiji. Ravovo. He found Thanakaivata, that was a score. Rayasi.
Tackle.
Seems to have so much time on the ball, Salesi Rayasi. Wainingolo. Murray gets to him. Ravovo in to protect. Ikaniweri. Thanakaivata. Ikaniweri again. Knock on from Wales. They've got a choice of scrum or penalty, Fiji.
Number 12 offside.
It's just unbelievable how tides can change so quickly.
12 offside.
Wales looking like they were going to finish this first half in a dominant position, pinning Fiji back, applying pressure, going for points. Was now one quick turnover. The meters Fiji can make, and it's all because of their collisions. When they take contact, Wales have to go backwards because Fiji find gaps with their footwork. They never run directly into a player, they run at their arms, which means they get in behind. That then leads to a quick work, or even better, it leads to an offload, which keeps the play going so quickly and has Wales just absolutely scrambling.
The final kick of the half belongs to the 22-year-old's biggest day of his Test career. The nephew of the great All Black Richie Maunga, Isaiah Armstrong Ravula. A shot to level things up. They just swear violently, but the flags are raised. It mightn't be the highest scoring of encounters. We mightn't have seen a try deluge, the like of which we witnessed in Christchurch and Sydney already. But boy, oh boy, has this been one compelling old contest. The panache of the Fijians, the pragmatism of the Welsh. It ends at half-time, all square in Cardiff. The half-time score here, Fiji 10. Already close to 150, which is an astronomical number in one half of rugby. The stat that matters most, though, says we're all square. 10 points apiece at the interval. And one element we haven't discussed so far is that the cross-hemisphere nature of this competition. You're not just competing for points in the overall standings as we career towards the finals weekends at Allianz Stadium at Twickenham. You're competing to win points for your hemisphere as well. New Zealand beating France for the South. Japan likewise doing the number on Italy, although by a quirk of fate Japan are north of the equator. Fiji and Wales duking it out for points, not just for the standings, but to see who will be crowned the champion hemisphere, north or south, in a little over 4 months' time.
Leo. Right.
Still a beautiful afternoon here in Cardiff. Temperature hovering around 22 degrees Celsius. It's not quite the searing heat and humidity of a Fijian summer, but it is conditions where Fijians are certainly at home.
Ready? Come on.
It's been the free-flowing offloaders against the set-piece maulers in the first half. What is the second half in store for us? Celesi Rayasi, he's had a few telling moments today. Armstrong Ravula under real pressure from Thomas Williams. Wainingolo going up through Blair Murray, all backwards. Salawa has it, and Owen Cross blowing up for double knock-on. First one off Wales. Philippa, would you be happier as a Wales player or a Fiji player as you reflect on that first half?
You know what, that's a great question, because you list all those stats and it sounds like Fiji have been really dominant, but actually, like you say, the scoreboard is level. So in that sense, are you more frustrated as a Fiji player, the fact that Wales haven't had as much ball, haven't had as many line breaks, and yet still they've managed to get enough points to keep themselves in this game? So I think from a Welsh perspective, they'll be feeling quite tired at that half. An epic amount of tackles they've had to make, and they know they're going to have to front up and make even more this second half. But for Fiji, their half-time chat would have been so interesting, because you know they're not going to change the way they play, but they've got to be more clinical with how they are playing.
Take some weight off. Break foot. Yeah.
No half-time changes to tell you about. Fiji already forced into a couple before the interval. Semiran Durandara, the otherworldly centre, and Tim Hoyt, the rookie tight head prop, both stretchered off. Piniravai and Kalaviti Ravovo on shortly before half-time.
Okay, time off. Yeah. Okay, right. What's the problem? What's the problem?
No, nothing from us, sir.
Okay.
We're happy.
Okay, when I call set, let's just
we punched then, sir.
Okay.
We punched then.
Okay. Lads, we're not going to have resets now. Let's get the scrums working like the first half. Crouch!
Wales have made Paul James, who was consulting earlier in the year, permanent scrum coach. He's working closely with Steve Tandy and Danny Wilson, overseeing the forward side of things. Here come Fiji with Frank Lomani. Rayasi at first receiver, and now Wainingolo, the danger man off the wing. Rabotamanda takes it at full tilt, trickles it down the touchline, and then hammers Blair Murray on the 22.
Use it.
Aaron Wainwright.
Inside, hands away. Use it. Inside.
Williams over the shoulder. It's another fine.
Inside. It's inside. Like.
Fine clearing kick. And a couple of those from Wales, game-driving players today.
No.
It's almost Williams showcasing
The ball was always inside the 22.
the bread and butter side of a scrum half's arsenal.
Really good skills there from Blair Murray in at fullback as well when he fielded that kick. He didn't just wait for it to come to him. He probably would have been tackle, player and ball, but he actually leant forward, grabbed the ball and rotated at the same time, ensuring he secured the ball so Wales maintained possession of it.
Excellent chop tackle on Tuisova from Jack Morgan. But Fiji coming again through Rabotamanda.
Use it.
Kanewere playing his rugby in Japan now. Honda Heat, former Ndrua captain. Armstrong Ravula, cross-fielder. Wainingolo's after it, not enough on it. Blair Murray, evasive action against his own teammate. Murray with a wonderful dummy. Alex Mann with him. James on the outside. Murray helping him out, but Mann was sandwiched by two Fijians. Fiji not rolling away. And now it's Wales who thrive without the structure to contain them. Williams to Rhys Sammet. He'll be too quick for Nasila Sila. He's found Adams. Adams inside to Williams. Fiji hold him up. Rhys Carey will fancy his chances from here. He's over. We'll just need to check if there was a double movement involved. Rhys Carey with the classic Cardiff celebration.
Okay, we just checked that. Okay, Leo.
Okay, Percy.
Answer decision is side. Let's confirm that it's all in one motion with the ground and he's leaving.
Okay, stand by.
10 centimetres.
I didn't see the major. What was it?
Not rolling.
One of Wales' most important players, Rhys Carey. It's only the third time he's touched the ball today.
But he's exactly the person you want on a pick and go here. So what they're looking for is, as earlier, you're allowed one movement when you go to the deck. Now I think that's the momentum of the other player pushing him forward, so that would be okay. It's whether Rhys Carey himself goes to ground, pushes and then pushes again.
Got to watch the legs and see if there's a second propulsion. That's what the referees will have a look at here.
This is your best angle.
Okay. From what we've seen so far, it looks like it's clearly grounded, Leo. Anything different?
Nothing different from me.
Okay, thank you.
Try will stand for Rhys Carey. Wales' own Colossus. What a renaissance he's had in that red shirt. Where once he was deemed unfit and surplus to requirements, now he's embraced. Now he is part of the Welsh furniture. Dan Edwards off the mark. Wales on to 17 points.
And how good for Wales to show their flex in their ability to play the ball. Use the width, use the edge. Some really lovely play there. And good control from Dan Edwards, calling the ball behind the other Welsh players. He knew he wanted to spread it and get it to the edge.
Adam Beard calls for the restart. He's made a career out of being a great nuts and bolts second row.
One sideways.
He's a set-piece genius. And without the injured Dav Jenkins, who's going to miss the whole Nations Championship campaign this month, he'll be a key man in the middle of the row. Rhys Sammet leading the charge. Rayasi overran it. Aaron Wainwright got to it first. And now it's Wales with real momentum. And a stretch Fijian defence in their crosshairs. Hawkins chasing Rabotamanda back towards his own goal line. He wants that to roll dead. He's got to be careful. He's got to be very careful. He was playing with fire, and Josh Adams might have singed his fingers.
Wow. What a turnaround there for Wales. Let me just explain that. So the Fiji player wants that ball to roll out, because if it rolls what we call dead, so behind the back line, Fiji get the ball, but they get it from where it was kicked. So that's a real territorial advantage for them. However, he didn't realise Josh Adams was so hot on his tails. Josh Adams touches it just before it goes out, which means it's a try. Here we go. There,
that's
through his legs. I mean, is that some kind of a nutmeg situation? I'm not quite sure. I've never seen a try scored between a defender's legs before. But brilliant work rate from Josh Adams.
A lightning strike from Wales. 2 tries in 2 minutes. And a degree of the self-inflicted about that from a Fijian point of view. Edwards wide with the kick. But now suddenly a 2-score gap opened up.
Initially, I wasn't sure whether this kick was the right choice, because Wales had a clear overlap, but hey, they've played with flair. They've sort of played Fiji and given them a bit of a cup of their own medicine. But you know what I would be saying there as a coach? I'd be talking to the other players around him, saying, why were you not screaming at him that there was a man on, a player coming?
Shades of Rob Howley on Clement Poitrenaud in the Heineken Cup final all those years ago. It's a bonus point try for Wales. Bonus points playing their part in this new competition as well. Determine where you finish in the standings. Josh Adams, the scourge of Fiji. Hat-trick against them at the World Cup in 19, another at the World Cup in 23. It's 5 in his last 3 matches against the Melanesian nation.
Okay.
Fiji can choose scrum or line out here. Wales knocking the ball out of play.
Captain, it's knocked down into touch. Scrum or line out? Line out, thank you. Okay, there's your mark.
And a special moment for young Ben Warren. His first cap for Wales.
Yeah, he's in,
and with
yeah.
a spate of tight-knit injuries, he's on for Dylan Lewis. And he can call himself a fully fledged international player. A 26-year-old from the Ospreys.
Turnover's good.
What a steal from Alex Mann, and then Dewi Lake just took his eye off the ball.
Turnover good, then knocked down.
So frustrating, like you say. Brilliant turnover there. Just very late, couldn't quite keep his hands on it. But like you mentioned there, Ben Warren getting his first cap.
Come through the Ronda. Ben Warren through the Ospreys. Played in the non-cap game against the Barbarians last week at Twickenham.
Height here, height.
And now he's here, he's got his cap. Fiji have got to score next, you feel. Armstrong Ravula to Tuisova, sitting down all comers. Ravo Talmanda down the touchline. Winning collisions is what the Fijian blueprint is all about. Manabanua, 6'8", how did he get that off the bootlaces? And Wales coming through offside. Alex Mann, the guilty party.
The 6 jumping over the rock. Fair with the 9.
Cries of Toso Viti Toso, go Fiji go. In the pockets of the Fijian diaspora. They've done their best to bring home comforts to Cardiff today.
Just here. Thank you. On the line. On the line.
So you just saw a glimpse there of the infringement. Alex Mann playing the 9. Can't do that around the base of the ruck.
Taken by Manabanua. And Fiji are trying to ram a dose of Welsh medicine down Welsh throats. They have done so. They're not just about the razzle-dazzle. They've got the muscles to match. Elia Thalakaibata scoring in Cardiff and bringing Fiji back within shooting distance.
It was all about the pace and the urgency of that maul. Looked really well organised. Everyone knew clear roles and responsibilities. Straight up, down, charge. Wales didn't stand a chance there.
Straight and true from Armstrong and Rabula. Fiji back within 5. Still half an hour of this match remaining.
You got a feeling it's going to be like this to the very end. Wales score, Fiji score, Wales score. Both teams just managing to find those little cracks, aren't they? Exposing them in the opposition. We're in for a great game.
Longer restart from Dan Edwards. The box Fiji into their own 22. Armstrong Rabula keeps it on the pitch.
Okay, penalty advantage.
Kitone Salawa has been identified as offside in front of Armstrong Rabula. Free shot for Wales here. Well, Thomas Williams has a little gamble. Jack Morgan chasing, but Rayasi is there. And the penalty advantage activated. If you're the Fiji coach, Senirusi Serovapula,
Number 7.
You're fuming watching this, aren't you, Philippa? You've just scored a try, 7 points, back within a score, and you've given away such a soft penalty, your own 22.
Yeah, there seemed to be their exiting strategy is you know, not surprisingly from Fiji, to keep the ball alive. Although they're kicking, they're going for an up and under kick, so they're looking to get that back and continue to play. But you just have to wonder in the odd time, specifically like when you've just scored, you've just got a foot holding into the game. Maybe that's the time to kick for a clearance. So looking to put the ball as much distance as well as height to push Wales back.
He has been first choice since an injury to Sam Costello against Scotland. It's the second round of the Six Nations Championship. He's not having a vintage day with the boot this afternoon, Dan Edwards. This to restore Wales' 2-score advantage. He was never going to miss from there. 8-point margin.
I think that would have been a pointer at half-time from the Welsh perspective. Any penalties they get in the Fiji's half, look to kick, look to build that scoreboard pressure.
It's over the top of Adam Beard, and Waining Golo gets there first. Rabobo is there to wrap it up for Fiji. Penny Rabai, leg drive through 2 tacklers. Romani to Rayasi, he'll find a pod of forwards. At the front of it, Demomana Vanua. Armstrong Rabula, Wales shuffling across the cover, but they've been outnumbered and outmatched, and they've been beaten again. Celestino Rabotaumanda under the posts. You think you've got them covered. You think they're under wraps. You throw these Fijians in a straitjacket and they will find an escape.
Beautiful try, simple bit of play. Just watch the 15 there, his work around the back. Rayasi had 2 touches in that intervention, slotted in at 10 on the first one, and then he worked right again. Pass and follow, beautiful. If you want a textbook example of why you fix the player in front, preserve the space on the outside, and how you can make rugby look so simple, that was the try for you.
20 seconds.
Celestino Rabotaumanda, an Olympic silver medalist in Paris 2 years ago, who now plays his club rugby for Racing 92. And Isaiah Armstrong Rabula narrows the gap to a single point.
Urgency as well to make sure he put it under the post, to make sure that they were going to get the full 7 points from that try.
Sila hoisted into the Cardiff skies, claiming it for Fiji. Flying Fijians going to make a double sub soon. Simeone Kuruvoli and Levi Natabe, the scrum half, the loosehead prop, about to come on for Eroni Maui and Frank Lomani. We're going to see James Botham take the field shortly for Wales as well. Rhys-Samet going backwards, has coughed it up. Blair Murray is seized upon by 4 marauding Fijians. Nicky Smith, not long off the bench for Rhys Carey. 45-50 minutes, as much as Carey's asked to do.
Use it!
And he makes a massive impact, as he has done today in that period on the pitch. Williams with the contestable. Rhys-Samet fancy himself against Armstrong or Ravula. Adam Beard has then knocked it on. What have you made of Wales' kick strategy today?
Okay, substitutions number 1 and number 9.
Yeah, look, I think they've got to utilise the likes of Louis Rhys-Samet. He's so good up in the air, so fast to get to the ball, and he is getting there, and he's getting those tap-backs. It's just a bit unfortunate. The support players, I'd say they need to be a little bit closer there. Aren't there for those tap-backs. The ball hasn't quite gone the right way. But I like it as a general strategy. I think it's a good attacking weapon. Just think it's something Wales still need to work on.
That was Louis Rhys-Samet's last action. You can see him making his way off bottom of your picture. Ellis Mee, tall, rangy figure of the Scarlets, real dangerous operator. He's on the wing.
Bind!
So those subs now made. You can see Simeone Kuruvoli, known as Little David by his mum, Aromita back home in Fiji, and now to David and Goliath. And David certainly packs a punch on a rugby pitch. Ravula dropping one on Murray. Ayasi stood off it and couldn't bring Murray down. So Wales, courtesy of the slip. Armstrong Ravula can put this straight to touch, and does. So just to mop up those replacements, Botham for Man, Mee for Rhys-Samet for Wales, Kuruvoli for Lomani, and Levi Natabe, who's the warrior, like Tim Hoyt, on for Eroni Maui.
I think it's a clear kicking strategy from Wales to utilise Joe Hawkins' boot. It's been a couple of times now where he's just trying to put it in behind, forcing Fiji to kick. From that example, it worked out perfectly. And Wales have got the territorial advantage from it.
Something the Wales coaches have talked about this week, boxing Fiji in, trying to punch them out in their own 22 and use this driving line out to sap away their energy and their desire. Penalty advantage Wales, that's what they wanted.
Turnover's good. 7 collapse. Number 7. No. Number 7 collapse.
Kitione Salawa identified as the player to bring that maul down. Father and namesake of flying Fijian, played at Rugby World Cup 2003. And his infringement would cost Fiji dear. This is where Wales have punished them. 3 scrum penalties to 0 in Wales' favour, Philippa. And the maul has been such a weapon for them too.
If he stay where he, I can bring them in.
Yeah, it certainly has, but this is the time we'll see now. Do they change tact? Or do they go for what's been working for them? Not so many players in this maul at the moment.
Just the 5-man line out. Fiji got fingers to it, but it's gone forwards.
Knock that in the air. Scrum.
Great leap from Nasila Sila. That's not a bad outcome for Wales. So dominant in the scrum.
Yeah, okay, time off. 6 and 4 wide.
Yes, you just see the Fiji player upstretched there and gets a hand to it, but unfortunately knocks it on in the process.
Fiji are going to their bench again, and it is a sweet return to international rugby. The man wearing jersey 20, Badele Yato, 33 years of age, from USAP in France. He's not played for his country, since July 2021. He withdrew from preparations for the last World Cup to focus on his club commitments. He is on for Piragas Sowakula. Mesake Voda on as well, in place of Gideone Salawa. A lot of fresh legs in this scrum for both teams. Will the narrative continue?
Okay, I understand you don't want a free kick, so let me speak to them.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, lads, we need way far more control there. I'm not going to give free kicks when teams want a scrummage, so you need to buy in now, okay? If I think you're intentionally doing something, I can penalise. Weigh it off, please. More control.
Let's go, Paul! Go to June! Come on, it was. Up this boy? Yes.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Lovely balls!
Wales creeping forwards.
Advantage.
The referee's arm extended. Thomas Williams throwing one out the back to Adams, and now
Have
both of them.
advantage still.
Wales can have a gamble with house money here. Jack Morgan. You hear the cry, thunder, thunder, indicating a one-out carries in the post. There's Dewi Lake doing that carrying. Hawkins had to clear that quickly. Okay, there's a bit to sort out here because the TMO, Leo Colgan, has identified a neck roll by a Wales player, and that will supersede the technical infringement because it's foul play.
Okay.
So that expunges the infringement by Fiji at the scrum.
From scrum that we're playing advantage of. We then have a foul play infringement with a neck roll from your number 5. So that supersedes the technical infringement and we restart.
Where was the neck roll? So this one?
It's the 5 in the breakdown here in midfield. That's the information we have, okay? I understand it's a difficult situation, but foul play is worse than technical, so it's the penalty for Fiji to restart.
I understand it. If they're off their feet infringing...
Listen to me.
First of all,
no, that doesn't mean we can have foul play.
Fine.
So I think what Derry Lake was trying to ascertain there was if a Fijian player is in an illegal position, is the neck roll okay? No, neck roll is never okay. That is the foul, and that supersedes everything.
I think he's also asking questions about the number of penalties conceded at the scrum and whether Owen Cross might be reaching into his pocket. Armstrong Ravula has not reached the touchline. The Wales can come again. Up goes the arm from Thomas Williams, saying, stick this up in the heavens. Williams and Murray after it. Rayasi bossing the airwaves, and then met by Adam Beard. Kuruvoli, Armstrong Ravula, Ravovo.
No hands. Use it.
Fiji attacking with 14 just now because Selesi Rayasi is nursing a bit of cramp by the looks of things in the middle of the pitch.
Use it.
Kuruvoli is going to give Ravotamanda something to get after. Adams coming forwards. Ravotamanda misses him, and Adams can open it up for Wales. Eating into the space as he runs sideways. Thanakai Vata saw the kidneys of Adams and decided he'd put his shoulder into them. Carter. Williams back against the grain. Chance on the short side as James finds Botham. Tackled by Tuisova.
Leave it. No clear.
Beard and Carter, the 2 second rows for Wales.
Yeah, stay there.
Edwards at a standing start. Lake to Hawkins. James wants the miss pass. And give Ellis Mee his first crack at this Fijian defence. Slippery customer despite his height. Oh, Fiji have pinched it back. And Fiji on transition ball can be lethal. Ravovo working his way up the touchline, had to keep that in, and somehow, extravagantly, he did. That's legal from Thomas Williams. Nobody's offside there. And now Wales have it back, and Wales have space down the short side. Ellis Mee upended. Pace of this game. Beards got belted, but he got the ball away crucially. Williams at the base, trying to bring a bit of calm and chase Fiji back into their own half.
Yeah, brilliant kick there from Thomas Williams. Like you say, just bringing in a bit of calm.
Substitution.
If you try and meet the intensity, match the intensity and the chaos that Fiji bring, I think that can be very unfolding for teams. Wales had a go, it didn't work. Calm head, pin the corner, right choice.
Open play. There's no offside lines.
Debbie Lake with another 60-plus minutes in his lungs and limbs. As the captain takes his leave, Jack Morgan is now the skipper. And Dan Edwards' day is done as well. Sam Costello, very talented fly half, who started the Six Nations as first choice, on for him. And Akaivata, dusty pass back to Armstrong and Ravula. There Murray sees a wall of white advancing upon him. Ayasi waiting for it.
Wait, Fiji. Good.
Does Ellis Mee fancy a run? Yes, he does. Support on his insides. Botham has a bit of time to pick this up. Sees Bedeli Yato in front of him. Mighty shot from Yato. This is Wainwright.
Use it!
Again, Wales aren't going to be falling into playing the game Fiji want them to. Going to bring some structure. Win back the crumbs from these contestables. Rawal Tamanda batting it back to Armstrong and Ravula. And now Wainingolo. He's dangerous if he gets away. This is manna from heaven for Wainingolo. Rayasi on the outside, taking on Mee. Just didn't have the energy left in the tank. But the screams and the whoops every time Fiji threaten here. Tackle soaked up by Bode Bode. And the penalty is Wales. An illegal clean-out on Wainwright.
Careful. Just give us time and space.
I think you're right. You know, I think the intensity of this game is starting to take its toll on some of those Fijian legs.
Number 14, HIA. Just wait.
Just a reminder, I'm sure you've long had your fantasy rugby teams locked in. If you haven't, there's still time to get involved. Scan the QR code and put together your Dream 23. In the meantime, Fiji have gone to the bench again. It's a head injury assessment by the looks of things for Celestino Rawal Tamanda. So the versatile Vilimoni Motitu in shirt number 22 has come on to replace him.
Yeah, Fiji need to be careful there. You can't clear players out to the side like that.
Both with a fingertip take.
Win it over.
Ryan Elias in command at the back.
One stop. Hands off the
Fiji
floor,
again.
Fiji, hands up!
Wales looking to break the spirits of the Fijians.
Use it.
15 minutes to play. Fiji offside, penalty advantage Wales.
Penalty advantage, 11 offside.
Williams to Wainwright, bashing through Wainingolo.
New advantage.
Pick your penalty here.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. Tackler's in the way first. Can't reward Jackler.
Interesting now, do they kick this?
So, captain, you have an offside option here, or you want to go with this one for that rolling? This one?
No thoughts of going for three here. They feel they have Fiji under the cosh, and they know that an advantage of 4 points against this Fijian team mightn't be sufficient. That's what's killing Fiji, that stat there.
Just discipline down here. You can take the line.
Two more tries in the bank. And it's the same formation. Centres in there too. Fiji tried to compete. That could leave them short of defenders on the ground. Wales crabbing in field. One more chance to make something of this. Forward it goes now. Elias with a ball tucked under his left arm. Williams pushing him forwards. Elias scores for Wales. It's brutal, and it's brutally effective. Wales reasserting their dominance, and Fiji's discipline deserting them.
Yeah, that really is the difference, isn't it, between these two teams at the moment, is the penalty count. But more significant than that is where Fiji are giving away the penalties, and it's when they start to feel the pressure in their 22.
Thanks, Leo.
Really composed play from Wales, mature, organised, knew what they wanted to do, executed, scored.
Big kick for Sam Costello, and he's nailed it. It's a 2-score game again, 8-point difference. Fiji have got 13 minutes to turn this game around. Armstrong Ravula goes short this time, over the top of Beards.
Backwards.
Lee colliding with Wainingolo. And Eddie James does an important bit of scrapping.
Use it!
Wainingolo waiting. Off he goes down the short side. Oh, world class. Bilimoni Botitu. First time we've seen him on the move. Kuruvoli. Rayasi's calling for it. Armstrong Ravula sees forwards waiting in the middle. Anakai Vata through 2. Kuruvoli. Armstrong Ravula. Rayasi. Botitu. Upended. Wonderful shot on him. Josh Adams coming in. A real good soldier for Wales today. Nisake and Bodibode.
No, live 17! Rock first.
Kuruvoli. Anakai Vata. It's caught behind the gain line. Fiji losing some shape here. It doesn't matter when you've got players like Kuruvoli and Botitu.
No, hands away now, last 17. It's off a foot.
Penny Ravai into Adam Beards. Fiji asking about a high tackle. Armstrong Ravula missing Yato. Wainingolo. Ravovo. Goodness me, dragging Welshman along with him. Wainingolo down the short sides, trying to catch Wales offside. Kuruvoli lifts it to Armstrong Ravula. Botitu. Ikaniberi. Nothing on outside him. Thomas Williams, oh, he stole it and then he dropped it. And that might have been the moment for Wales.
I think Thomas Williams was so surprised he actually managed to get his hands on it. Unfortunately, he did just lose control and knock it on. Really good attacking set there from Fiji. Their one-on-one skills are so good. They've got confidence to go in, just one person. For most other teams, it's a cardinal sin for you to pick up on your own and take contact. You've always got to wait to make sure you've got a team member with you, but with Fiji, it just doesn't matter. Tackles made, no surprise. Jack Morgan leading the way. Absolute standout.
Water off.
No Fijian player in double figures for tackles. They've only had to attempt 72. Wales over 170.
Yeah, I just thought it beat you. It was close though. You can work at me, and when you pull out, it's easy for me to play it.
Let's go back by the Let's go.
Is this a must-score attack for Fiji, Philippa?
You feel it, last 10 minutes of the game. There are tired bodies out there. As much as Fiji haven't had to defend as much as Wales, they have run a lot. This could be the momentum changer for them. They get this, they're in it. They don't get this, you do feel that might be the psychological blow. And the advantage will be all Wales.
We're going to split the backs here. 3 and 3. Wainingolo Botitu to the left. Rayasi behind the scrum. Armstrong Ravula to Soba, who's been quiet in the second half, and Ravovo off to the right. They've wheeled to the left. Kuruvoli going wide to Wainingolo. Got a lot of finishing to do from there. Kuruvoli out to Bedeli Yato. Squeezes it back between his legs. Kuruvoli, Ikaniberi. This could be the match for Fiji and for Wales, and Levi Natabe leaves the ball behind. And all around us on the bench and in the stands, there are Fijian heads resting in Fijian hands.
You got to give credit to the Welsh defence, though. To have made as many tackles as they've had to this game, and they're still staying in the fight. And what's going to be really important from a Welsh coaching point of view is that the subs that have come on have matched the intensity. They've kept that going. They've put a shift in as well.
Let's go.
Fiji have made their 8th and final substitution. Zuriel Tongiatama, who took up rugby back in New Zealand to combat his school bullies. Former county's Manukau player on for the captain, Canterbury. 9 minutes to play. Wales have a firm grip on this contest.
Bind! Set!
Wales will look for a scrum penalty to ease the pressure here.
There's 2 issues, I'll explain. I'll explain. Okay. I think we got to the setup, just listen. Just timing on the pushes early. Lads, don't go soft, meet them over the mark, okay? I'll watch their timing as well. Quick reset. Patience, please. Thank you. Over the mark, okay, over the mark.
Let's go.
Crouch! Bind! Too much weight, lads. Way too
Fiji
much
done
weight
for an
coming
early
across.
drive. Natavi, Tongiatama,
Yes, but
Rabai.
you're the issue first. If your weight's good, I can watch that. Okay. Let's go, please.
Costello puts it off the pitch. Will be a Fiji line out. But they've got to go from 40 plus
Number 8.
metres.
Time off. Number 8.
Another alteration for Steve Tandy, who's bringing on Tane Plumtree, but covering second row from the bench today. He's on for Aaron Wainwright. Another big rangy specimen. The back row, a real area of strength for Wales. And Tommy Raffel back in the squad for this window.
Wait. What's the numbers? 5 or 6? 6. That's 6. That's 5 plus 1 is 6. Yes, it is 6. Thank you.
Right, we're all glad that 5 plus 1 equals 6.
It's 6, lads.
Owen Cross dishing out an arithmetic lesson, as well as learning how to choreograph your set piece. They go to the front again. Tongiatama through the arms of Armstrong Ravula. Tuiso kept it alive. Wainingolo going backwards to go forwards again. Rabobo hugging the touchline. Support from Botitu. Tongiatama. 50 appearances for the Fijian Drua this season. Wales are on it. Wales have the penalty, and that might be the match.
Big moment, really big moment. Both of them there getting over that ball.
Action, captain.
This, out of all of the game, these moments now are what the Welsh coach are going to be most pleased with. This control, this relentless attitude.
It was interesting hearing the conversations going on there. Differing opinions from the Wales leadership team on 42. One saying, I'd take the 3. Sam Costello saying, we're turning the screw. And in the end, the quest for 5 or 7 points beats the safer choice of 3.
5. Wales, let's go, lads. Lads, let's go.
6 minutes left. Elias Carter at the front.
One stop. Stay outside now.
Wales aren't going to drive their way over this time, so Williams back to Josh Adams. Just lost his footing at the crucial moment. Adam Beards. He's going the distance by the looks of things. Carter likewise, met by Tuisova. Fiji need a turnover from somewhere. Wales just need to keep the ball in this part of the pitch. They have that 2-score cushion. The ball is wrestled back and Fiji have turned it over. And you better believe they'll run this. Wainingolo inside to Botitu, over the top flamboyantly to Rayasi, away from me, Morgan gets him heroically. Thomas Williams, that's going to be a penalty. Bilimoni Botitu almost rocked from the Welsh side rather than the Fijian one in desperation.
Side entry as well.
Incredible work rate from Thomas Williams, though.
Number 9,
well managed between wing and fullback, but it was Thomas Williams' intervention at the very end. That's what won him the penalty. He was trying to go for that jackal, and he was took out illegally. But he came from the wilderness. He was way on the other side of the field.
Yeah, okay. HIA reversal.
Celestino Ravotomanda has passed his head injury assessment. We're going to take Isaiah Armstrong Ravula off and put Botitu into 10. This is the play here, Philippa, the work rate from Morgan and from Williams.
Lads, are we happy to go, yeah? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Morgan, his GPS stats, the amount of ground he covers is incredible.
Yes, advantage shown across the line.
Another Fijian penalty here.
Penalty advantage.
Thrown across the line out, landing on the lifting player. And those penalties are mounting. It's the 13th they've conceded.
Still playing advantage.
That's what's cost the momentum. Williams, that was cute. Botitu's lost it. Costello has it. Wainingolo reels him in. It's gone backwards. Plumtree after it.
Carry back, scrum 5.
And it's a scrum 5 to Wales. And they can finish this game going away from Fiji.
Lovely setup play there. You could see Thomas Williams with the initial layoff carry from that line out. Was very relaxed. He just wanted a one-up hit. There was a little nod to the outside backs, and over the ball goes. Pre-planned. You could see Sam Costello get straight on his bike.
Okay, thank you.
Good chase back from Fiji, though, getting in that passing channel. He could put his hand out like that because the ball goes backwards. If he was facing the other way and put his hand out like that, then that would be a knock-on. And that could actually lead to a yellow card and the player being sent off.
Watches they're under the pump just now, Fiji. Another try would give them a losing bonus point, and another for finishing within 7 points of Wales. You'd have to keep the try line intact and then go from 90 odd metres, but with Fiji you never know.
Yeah, it's all coming across this way. It's all coming. Okay, no problem. Let's close it. Go, please. Just make sure we're straight. There's weight coming across the scrum, nice and straight.
Confirmation from our television colleagues on the host broadcast that Jack Morgan is the nation's championship player of the match, top tackler with 16, and he is slotted seamlessly back into that Welsh loose forward trio. And what a boost he's given Steve Tandy and his teammates. Wales going forward again at scrum time.
We need straight, go forward first, lads. Just need more go forward on this side first, okay? Yeah, I understand. This guy's on his knee also. Off the floor. Yeah. Right, me. Okay, quick reset, let's go now. Square practice, go forward first.
As we tick into the final minute of the 80. Wales looking to finish this with a flourish and put Fiji to bed once and for all.
Bind! Set! Advantage.
Penalty advantage. Hawkins and Eddie James under the posts. Game over. Job done. And if the Welsh Dragon isn't quite breathing fire again, there are at least a few sparks emanating from it at long, long last.
So good to see the Welsh partnership, that centre partnership, working together. be the 6th time that they've been consecutively selected at 12 and 13. It's a partnership that Steve Tandy believes in. He wants it to be the future for Wales. And that's the first time we've seen them run their own move, show their own connection. Lovely way for Wales to finish. Heartbreak for Fiji, who started so well, entertained us all. But it was just that penalty count. It gave Wales the opportunity, and Wales took it.
Eddie James' first try for Wales ensures the locals inside Cardiff City Stadium leave with that feeling of cautious positivity, buoyed and swollen again. Jack Morgan back in harness. Wales winning again. Back-to-back competitive victories for the first time since the Rugby World Cup, close to 3 long years ago. Fiji put it all out there. They stayed true to themselves. But perhaps in the end, they will rue those squandered opportunities, those forced offloads, those fumbles, those issues at the set piece, and that fraying discipline as the contest wore on and the stakes rose ever higher. It is Wales who prevail. They've beaten Fiji at the Cardiff City Stadium by 39 points to 24.